What do we have on the bench today, D-Lab? Well, it's a 2-watt Class A amplifier build. A fella purchased all the parts, including the D-Lab boards, got it mechanically assembled, but the wiring was too much. So he sent it to me to finish the job. Alright, let's give this little amp a look over. The power transformer is a vintage Stancor PS8416. He has a PT31 output transformer, which you can purchase at amplifyparts.com. Tube lineup will be a 12AX7 and a 6V6. This little amp is designed to fit in one of those little Mallory Bakelite TV booster boxes. That's why it's so small, and that's why it has the funny cutouts. Here's the backside. You got your speaker out, power switch, fuse holder, and of course, power cord. Let's look underneath. Okay, here's the bottom side of the amp. You can see she's pretty compact. Got the D-Lab ECB Class A driver board, a little Cub 1 rectifier capacitor board, of course the tube sockets. You can see our speaker jack. Up front is your input jack. Now this should be a type 12A. He has a 12 installed, so it doesn't have the grounding little wiper. So we're going to be changing that. And of course we have our volume and tone pots. So there's quite a bit of wiring in a very small area that needs to be accomplished. Well, due to the small area that I'll be working in, it's almost impossible for me to show you guys this build on video because my hands are going to be right in the way. So I'm going to go ahead and get it wired up. I'll give you a second look over and then we'll test it. Alright, so I'm going to start with the transformer wiring, power, and output. I've removed that input jack and the speaker jack. So initially, he had the wires for the output transformer both going through this grommet. And that kind of concerned me because those speaker leads would be real close to our preamp board. So I see an abandoned hole here. I'm going to open that up and we are going to fish the speaker leads through there and up to the jack and get it away from the Class A board. Before I start the filament wiring, I'm going to be changing out this octal socket. I've covered these in the past. They're Chinese made. The contacts wear out in no time and cause problems. It's got to go. So I'm going to replace it with this beautiful old Amphenol socket from the 50s, and it has solder tabs for grounds, which would be handy. You also notice I have this red wire coming off the output transformer taking off into the grommet by the power transformer. When we go bottom side, I'll tell you why I did that. Alright, things are coming along nicely. I've got the filament circuits wired. You can see the 200 ohm balancing resistors on the base of that socket. I landed a ground lug for the power supply. There was no way to ground that or the power cord, so that'll handle that. And these runners are for the screen and the preamp high voltage. Talking about the preamp high voltage, if you follow this trace, it goes across here, that comes over to this pad, which was the preamp high voltage supply. And if you look, the guy used that to mount the board. So if you were to apply power, guess what? So rather than re-drilling and moving these mounting studs, I'm going to go ahead and just cut this trace, and that can stay there. So I've got all the AC wired. Remember that red wire coming from the output transformer that I ran across the top of the chassis? I did that to keep that wire away from the board because it will induce into it and cause noise. So it comes up here and lands right on the power supply board. Okay, she's looking good. Next step, I'm going to add the jumpers from the ECBA board to the tube sockets and the controls. Okay, all the wiring is complete. Yeah, she's kind of a crazy layout, but I bet you this thing will be as quiet as can be. So first I'm going to take a meter and buzz out, make sure we have no shorts, and then we'll bring it up on a variac. Alright, moment of truth. I've installed the Mullard tubes. This guy spared no expense. We're connected to the variac. I'm going to bring her up real nice and slow and watch my variac to make sure there's no shorts. And I'm monitoring the cathode voltage on the 6V6. So when that guy starts pulling current, we should see that meter go up. Here she comes. I'm at 90 volts input. No smoke. I'll take it up to 100 volts. Let's bring up the volume control. Okay. Got white noise. I turn it all the way down. No hum. I connected the looper so we can see what it sounds like. Remember, this is only a 2-watt Class A amp. Alright, mission accomplished. A little 2-watt amp, sprung to life. Quiet as can be. Another great little build. I still have to address the pilot lamp and some other cosmetics, but the amp is pretty much ready to go back to the owner.